What's going on out there, good people, and welcome back to LMD Trading, where I am living my dream trading. Let me turn this phone off because on this last recap that I was doing, it wanted to keep ringing. So I'm redoing this. Sitting back down at the desk to get another monthly recap out of the way. This is for the month of February 2023. And from what I can remember, the month was decent. I don't remember anything of significance that happened during the month. Just trying to keep base hits going. That's been my mentality lately with this market, is just to continue to take base hit trades. And that's what I kind of feel that I did for the month. So let's go ahead. Let's bring up TRADERVUE real quick. If you look, and if you remember Friday, I finished, I think, up $90, and then I took that SPY trade. I did do a video recapping, or not even recapping, actually, while I was still in the trade. So if you hadn't caught that, check that one out. But let's go ahead. Let's pull up the calendar. Have not looked and seen what I did. I did change this so that we can just focus. But we took three, or not took, we had 3 red days for the month of February. We lost $221 on this day, lost $109 on this day, and we lost $1 on this day. And I do remember this day. This was Tesla. And this was a day that I think I said I was not going to take a trade, and I ended up trading Tesla. I made $20 on this trade. See, I took that at 1048. Opened my phone back up. I took another trade on Tesla at 1043. This one here, I ended up putting my stop just a little above break even so that I can finish with a green day. And I caught slippage and ended up stopping out for a $21 loss, giving me a negative $1 red day. So that's how we had that red day right there. But let's look overall. And my goal, my goal every day is to make between $100 to $200 a day in this account. And if you notice, had a few days 100, had some twos, had some a little under 100 a few times, had a couple of them over 200, and I said under 200, under 100, a couple of them under 100. And then we had these red days. But on average, I want to make between $100 and $200 a day. So let's see what we did. Let's go ahead and look at the detailed report. So we made 1976.18 on the month. Average daily gain 104.01. So we were on that low side of my goal per day. It's not bad. Average winning trade 43. You will hear me say I like to keep this about 50. Average losing trade, 40. It would be nice to see this around 25, but this can kind of fluctuate because usually when I say I'm risking 10 or 25, that's like on one contract a lot of times. So let's say I take 4 contracts, I'm risking $10 per contract. Now I'm risking $40. So usually if I'm risking like $25, I'm usually going to grab 1 or 2 contracts at the most. I'm not going to grab 4. And that's going to all be based on delta and what the room of the move has that I'm looking at. Total trades on the month, 79. Wins to losses, 77.2 to 21.5. That's pretty good right there. When I was trading stocks, this averaged about 65. But my risk to reward was a little higher trading stocks. 1 scratch trade, max consecutive wins 9, max consecutive losses 2. This does not matter. This is only important when you're trading stocks. When you're trading options, it does not work. These little dollar signs down here, total commissions, total fees, they're not going to give it to me just like up here because I am a silver member. When you are a free member, they limit the amount of trades that you can upload, and then they limit the amount of data that they give you. So with the silver, unlimited uploads, and then they give you quite a bit of pertinent information. Maybe as I advance, this data may be important. I can always go into Thinkorswim and see what my total commissions and fees are. So that's that. We come down. Oh, let's come up here. Largest gain, 180. That's good. Largest loss, 112. Horrible. This should never be that high. When you see this high, this means I was either oversized on a trade, meaning I bought too many contracts, or I was wrong on the trade and I didn't want to admit it until it had gotten well below where I should have stopped out at, and then I just got out of the trade for whatever the loss was. That is most likely what that was right there. Average trade gains, 25. Standard deviation, 54. Profit factor, 3.87. Average hold time, look at that, 21 and 22 minutes respectively. It's pretty good. Average hold time on the scratch, 15. So come on down and look here. We see Tuesday was a red day. So more red trades than green trades. All of these days had some red trades in them, I'm sure. But Tuesday, we had more red trades than green ones, and it made us red on the day. Performance by hour. As always, that 9:30 to 10 o'clock. That's what this is. This is 30 minutes worth of trading. We're making the bulk of our money. That's 10 o'clock to 11, so that's a full hour of trading. 11 to usually about 11:30. I'm usually trying to be done trading by 11:30. When I got into trading, my goal was not to sit down at my computer all day and be trading. And then I kind of picked up on the professional trading strategies, live traders, style of trading. Their mentality is the same thing. They're momentum traders off the open. 2-3 hours. That's it. So usually I sit down about 8:30. I build my watch list, kind of mark my charts up. Market opens at 9:30. I'm trying to be done by 11:30. That's my goal. You do see that I did sit back down 3 o'clock to 4 o'clock. That's power hour. Usually I'm sitting down, just seeing what the market has done on the day. I might sit down and get my recap out of the way and taking a few trades during that power hour time. 12 to 2 o'clock. I don't want to be trading nothing right there because that's usually slow time. The market usually slows down, volume slows down. I don't really see nothing moving then, so I don't get into anything. Intradays is all we took. Didn't take any multi-days. That's going to change in March. Performance by intraday duration, 1 to 2 minutes. We were red. These are those ones where I take a trade and it was a bad idea and it goes against me immediately and it stops me out. Take that stop, $28. Take that stop, $10. 2 o'clock or 2 minutes to 5 minutes. That's been the sweet spot. We saw that the average hold time was 21 minutes, but the sweet spot hold time is 2 minutes to 5 minutes. And then you see right up in here, 5 minutes to 40 minutes. That kind of averaged that time frame out. We had one here that we held for a long time. So that's that. Let's see. What else do we want to look at? This is not going to be real important because this is based on the option price, not the price of the actual stock. So this is based on contract price. This is contract volume. Usually I'm buying 1 to 5 contracts. When you start seeing these 10s and these 100s, these were some stock trades that I took. These were stock trades. These weren't option trades. Instrument, SPY. SPY was our top 20. This is surprising. NVDA. This is not a stock that I like to trade. It blazes me quite a bit. This one and Airbnb, those are like my two nemesis. But we did good with NVDA this month. We look here, PDD and Apple was our bottom 20, and we're actually green on Apple, $12. We were red on PDD, $12. So decent. Performance by instrument volume, big caps, 21 million, 25 million and over. That's pretty much to be expected. Performance by instrument relative volume, percent of 50 moving average, 75 to 99. This information right here is good information when building scanners. You can kind of scan for these specific areas. Performance by instrument prior day relative volume. This is a good one because you can build that scanner based on what the prior day's relative volume was. And we see 100 to 125 was the sweet spot. So you can go into Thinkorswim and build a scanner and kind of be specific on where you want that relative volume to be. Performance by instrument movement, when they move 2 to 10%, that's where we were the best at. Performance by instrument opening gap, when they were gapping down 1 to 2%. So this means almost like we were looking at more puts than calls. Performance by instrument day type. Made more money when it was trading outside of the range. Outside of the range. I looked this one up a while back. That's basically, I want to say that it said if it was outside of the range, but it was not trending. So it was outside of the range, but it was not trending up or down. So not setting higher highs, higher lows consistently, or lower lows, lower highs consistently. Performance by instrument average true range, $5 to $10. Again, this is information that I could put in a scanner and kind of narrow my searches down if I wanted to do that. I keep my gap scanner very broad. It's very broad. It's like it looks for anything over 2,000 on volume. And then it's a price range. And then I sort that based on percent, market percent or price percent. That's how I do it. That way I can just, it's real quick to just, real quick to just click, 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 click down through that list, looking at the charts, trying to find something that looks good. Performance by relative volatility, 75 to 99 was the bigger one. So you could actually probably say 75 to 125 if you want to kind of narrow that down. But that's what that's giving you. I won't worry about that. We'll look at win-loss expectation and we will wrap it up. This basically just shows you what my, and this is not, let's go wins, losses. Let's do that one. And we'll wrap it up. So this is just basically saying 16 winning days, 2307. I gave back 331 of it. That's not, I guess that was the other one that I was looking at, was the one that I needed to be looking at. Because this basically is showing that we made 2665. We gave back 668. Yeah, this is the one. So we made 2665 and we gave back 688 of it. So, but yeah, that's what we did. That's what we did this month. Before I go, I just want to show y'all the SPY real quick. If you remember, I took a trade Friday. I mentioned at the beginning of this video. Actually, we won't do that. What we'll do is just blow up this chart. I just want y'all to look and see. If you go back and look at that video, you'll see me kind of chasing this move. I got in right here, stopped out down here. I was basically chasing my stop down. Look at the excellent exit that I got out of there. And when I was trading this, I did not have this zone on the chart. This is something that I put on the chart yesterday as I was kind of doing a little studying. We were over in Discord kind of comparing charts. And I found this zone. I found this zone looking to the left on the 4-hour chart. But before I pull up the 4-hour chart, look at how this thing basically traded up to the top of this zone. At the time, like I said, this zone wasn't on there, but it came up, it pulled back, tried to get back in the zone, and it just kind of traded in between these two zones. But I'm going to bring up the 4-hour real quick, which is right here. We'll maximize this one. So this is the 4-hour chart. And let us go out to the left, and I'm gonna show you why I added that. And I'm gonna it ain't gonna let me not extend that to the left. It ain't like, it's not like when you're doing the, what am I trying to say? The trend lines. But I added this looking right here, like coming right through here is why I added that. And actually, I'm looking at the wrong, let's get over here. Yeah, this is the one right here. Added it based right up in here. And if you look, I didn't base it off of these wick tops. I based it off of where the most places were touching. So you come through here, you had all of those touching right there. You had this wick top touching here. You had the base of the candle right there where it closed at. You got where this one opened at. So that's what I looked at to find that zone. And then I came down and I just kind of found an area where it was kind of basing it. So if you look, you come over here, same way. See how it based right there? So that's why I put the base there. You got those topping tails up there. And I think that's going to be about it. Yeah, because it then kind of moved down and got out of that range by then. But even if you come over here, this was November 10th, 2022. Look at how the bottom of that tail was touching. So that's how I mark my zones. That's how I mark my zones. You come and look at this bottom zone. Look at that. Look at where these candles are basing at. So you might get a tail that comes down through there, but I'm basing it on where the most points are touching. And if you look at the top, same way. You get a couple of them that busted out of them, but it was respecting that zone right there. So just kind of wanted to show that before I wrap this one up. As always, thanks for checking me out. If you have not hit that like button, now would be an excellent time to do that. If you're not subscribed, please think about subscribing. This channel is not, I won't say it was not made to really be trying to be a teacher, but more so to kind of chronicle my journey in trading. But in the process, if I learn stuff, I have no problem putting it out there. Because we can learn a little bit from everybody. So just because I just started or just because you just started, you might come across some information that would help somebody like me out. There's people that's been trading for years that every day find information. These zones that I just talked about. This is something that I got from another YouTuber named Vincent. He marks his charts up in this same way, but he uses red and green for supply and demand. I mentioned before, I just keep mine gray because eventually it'll break through and it'll get on the other side. And I don't want to have to kind of like flip the colors back and forth. But this is another trader that's been in the game for a while. And he watches Vincent as well. And he wasn't using the zones. And they have made his trading that much better. So we can always learn from other people. The point, when you get to the point that you feel you're too big to learn from other people, that's when there's a problem, because we can always learn from other people. And if you got knowledge, it's always good to put that knowledge out there because somebody else may be able to use it. On that note, I'm going to wrap this one up and we're going to be back at this thing again tomorrow. Peace.